Bad news. Canada slashes PNP quotas, harder than ever to get PR in 2025. Welcome back to Canada Chronicles. If you're planning to immigrate to Canada through the Provincial Nominee Program, you might want to brace yourself. Major changes are coming, and they're not in your favor. Canada has just slashed PNP quotas for 2025, cutting thousands of nomination spots and making PR harder than ever to secure. Provinces like Ontario, British Columbia, and Newfoundland and Labrador are seeing their allocations nearly cut in half, and applicants now face an uphill battle to get selected. But why is this happening? What does it mean for your immigration plans? And most importantly, what can you do to increase your chances of securing PR despite these drastic cuts? Stay with us until the end as we break down the latest updates, explain why Canada is making these changes, and give you expert strategies to boost your chances in this highly competitive process. Now, let's talk about what this means for PNP applicants and how you can improve your chances of securing PR in 2025. Let's get started. Canada's PNP quotas slashed. What it means for immigrants. For years, Canada's Provincial Nominee Program has been one of the most sought-after immigration pathways for skilled workers looking to become permanent residents. It has allowed provinces to select candidates based on their labor market needs, ensuring that businesses have access to the workers they require. However, with the recent announcement that PNP quotas will be drastically reduced for 2025, the pathway to PR has suddenly become far more competitive and uncertain than ever before. This decision has left thousands of applicants scrambling for answers, with many now wondering whether their dream of moving to Canada is still possible. It has also sparked concerns among provincial governments and employers who rely on skilled immigrants to fill crucial gaps in the workforce. While the government justifies these cuts as necessary for managing economic stability, many believe they could harm Canada's long-term economic growth. In this video, we break down everything you need to know about these shocking PNP quota reductions, what they mean for you, and how you can still increase your chances of securing PR despite the cuts. How bad are the PNP cuts? The reduction in PNP allocations is one of the most significant changes to Canada's immigration system in years. The federal government announced that the number of provincial nominations will be nearly halved, dropping from 110,000 in 2024 to just 55,000 in 2025. This means that thousands of applicants who might have previously been selected will now face longer wait times, higher competition, and fewer available spots. Some provinces have already confirmed their new reduced allocations, and the numbers are concerning. Ontario, which previously had the largest share of nominations, is seeing its quota drop from 21,500 to approximately 9,000 to 10,000. British Columbia's allocation has been slashed by 50%, cutting the number of available nominations from over 11,000 to just 5,500. Newfoundland and Labrador has suffered one of the steepest reductions, going from 3,500 to only 1,525 nominations. The Northwest Territories were hit particularly hard, seeing their PNP quota fall from 300 to just 150, forcing them to delay reopening their program as they reassess their strategy. These numbers reflect a nationwide trend of reduced provincial immigration targets, and unless the government reverses course, applicants will have to work much harder to stand out and secure a nomination. Why is Canada reducing PNP quotas? The government has justified these cuts as part of a broader effort to manage economic challenges, address housing shortages, and ensure that Canada can support its growing population. According to officials, reducing immigration quotas is necessary to relieve pressure on housing markets, public services, and social infrastructure. However, many experts argue that these cuts could backfire, as provinces heavily depend on skilled immigration to sustain their economies. One of the most controversial aspects of these changes is the new requirement that 75% of PNP nominees must be selected from people already living in Canada. This means that temporary foreign workers, international graduates, and those on work permits will be prioritized, leaving fewer opportunities for applicants applying from outside of Canada. While this change aims to help integrate those already living in the country, it has significantly reduced the chances for new applicants abroad. Another reason cited for the quota reductions is the federal government's shift in focus toward express entry and other economic immigration pathways. In fact, while PNP allocations are being reduced, the government has increased express entry targets, signaling that it wants to give preference to candidates selected through federal immigration programs rather than provincial ones. Despite these justifications, many provincial leaders, business groups, and immigration experts have strongly criticized the move, arguing that it will make it harder for businesses to find skilled workers and slow down economic growth in provinces that rely on immigration to fill labor shortages. Provinces are fighting back. The backlash against the PNP cuts has been swift, with several provinces voicing their opposition to the federal government's decision. Newfoundland and Labrador was among the first to speak out, with the province's premier calling the reductions deeply disappointing and warning that they could severely impact the province's ability to attract new workers. Alberta, which had previously lobbied for an increase in its PNP allocations to meet rising labor demands, has also expressed frustration. The province has been working to recruit more skilled immigrants to support industries like energy, construction, and healthcare, but the cuts mean that fewer applicants will now be selected. Manitoba and Saskatchewan have echoed similar concerns, pointing out that immigration is crucial for filling gaps in healthcare, agriculture, and trades. These provinces rely on immigration to sustain their economies, and many employers depend on the PNP to bring in skilled workers. The business community is also pushing back, with many industry leaders warning that restricting immigration at a time of labor shortages could have long-term economic consequences. Employers across multiple sectors are already struggling to find qualified workers, and with fewer PNP spots available, it may become even more difficult for businesses to hire the talent they need. Thanks for staying with us this far. We appreciate your time and hope you're finding this information valuable. Now, let's talk about what this means for PNP applicants and how you can improve your chances of securing PR in 2025. How to increase your chances of getting PR despite PNP cuts. While the reduction in PNP quotas makes the process more competitive, there are still ways to strengthen your application and improve your chances of being selected. The most important step is to maximize your comprehensive ranking system score. With fewer nominations available, only the strongest candidates will be selected. Focus on improving your language scores, gaining relevant work experience, and obtaining additional educational qualifications to boost your ranking. Since 75% of PNP nominees must now be selected from individuals already in Canada, those outside Canada may need to consider alternative pathways. One option is to first come to Canada on a work permit or study visa, which would increase your chances of receiving a nomination later. Another strategy is to secure a job offer from a Canadian employer, as this can significantly improve your profile in many PNP streams. Employers in sectors with high labor shortages may still have access to provincial nomination programs, so staying informed about which occupations are in demand can help. Additionally, applicants should keep an eye on express entry, as the government has increased targets for this pathway while reducing PNP spots. If you have strong qualifications, express entry might offer a better chance at PR in 2025. What's next for Canada immigration? The drastic reduction in PNP quotas for 2025 marks one of the biggest shifts in Canadian immigration policy in recent years. While the federal government argues that these changes are necessary, provinces and businesses warn that they could have negative economic consequences. For applicants, these changes mean that navigating the immigration process will require more strategy and preparation than ever before. Staying informed about policy updates, improving application profiles, and considering alternative pathways will be essential for those hoping to achieve PR. The situation is still evolving, and it remains to be seen whether the government will reconsider its decision in response to provincial pushback. In the meantime, those looking to immigrate to Canada must stay proactive and adaptable to maximize their chances of success. And there you have it. Canada's PNP quota cuts for 2025 are making the immigration process more competitive than ever, but that doesn't mean your dream of becoming a permanent resident is over. By strengthening your profile, staying informed, and exploring alternative pathways, you can still maximize your chances of success despite these changes. If you're serious about immigrating to Canada, now is the time to take action. Focus on improving your CRS score, securing a job offer, or considering other PR options like express entry, Atlantic immigration, or work permits that can lead to a nomination. This situation is still developing, and there's a chance the government could adjust policies in response to provincial pressure. That's why it's more important than ever to stay updated on immigration news and be ready to adapt your strategy. If you found this video helpful, hit that like button so we can continue bringing you the latest Canadian immigration updates. And if you haven't already, subscribe to Canada Chronicles and turn on notifications so you never miss an important update that could affect your immigration plans. Have questions? Drop a comment below, and let's discuss. We'd love to hear your thoughts on these new changes. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.